Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of TLB's author interview series, episode 59. Today, we have with us a very special guest, an author, storyteller, and a life coach, Dr. Siddharth Sen. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Swamini. Thank you so much for inviting in this interview. I am looking forward to this, and I am so thrilled that you are interviewing me.
That's
Yeah,
uh,
go ahead.
that's an honor, sir. Before we begin, I just have a quick announcement to our viewers. The one who has the best, most quirky, and most engaging comment on the video will win a signed copy of Dr. Siddharth's book, Don't Overthink. So keep engaging, watch the complete video, and share your thoughts. So let's get started. I would like to ask, I would like to start with your latest release, sir. You have written across many genres, but your latest release, Extraterrestrial, The Apocalypse Legacy. How did your journey begin from something as a life coach to a sci-fi fiction today?
Wow, that's an amazing question, Swamini. Uh, Before I talk about this, let me give first of all, thank you so much, TLB, for having this interview, and it's amazing to connect with Swamini and all these amazing readers in this community we have, TLBs.
Yeah.
So, love to participate in all the events as part of TLB. Coming to your question, Swamini, it is like this book got released yesterday, 17th of
Yes.
December, and a lot of people have already booked the copy for this book. It's a sci-fi, you are right, it's a sci-fi book. And the reason is, I am a big fan of Star Wars and starships and all that, Interstellar, all the movies where there is something related to outside the universe. Maybe it is linked to somewhere from my childhood where there was a movie from Steven Spielberg, Alien, and that
Yeah,
actually was my
I remember.
favorite. It actually, developed this thought in my mind that there is something like that exists, which is extraterrestrial, which doesn't, it is not from Earth. It is somewhere from outside, which is going to come and maybe greet us or do things. And then over a period of time, we have seen so many movies on aliens.
Yeah.
Now the recent one is the Avengers. If you remember, there is a
I'm a
multiverse.
big fan, sir. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no saying.
Yes, so I loved that thought that there is something like that which can exist. And to be honest, I believe it exists, um,
That's an
because of
interesting
certain,
topic.
yeah, and it's not just because of the movies I've seen or the books I've read, and even like even H.G. Wells has written about time machine. So
Yeah.
there are so many even authors, old time authors who have spoken about something like this. So it exists not in only in books, but in reality. Now that we have actually advanced in technology, we have seen something like these things happening. Like there was an event I think last year or last to last year, where certainly some bars were appearing in the parks and then they disappeared.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. There was like monolith bars which were
Monoliths,
appearing,
the metal monoliths. Yeah, right.
and they were just disappeared. We don't know where from where it came, and suddenly it disappeared. So I feel they exist, and there are actually scientific proofs given all over our in the technology journals or scientific journals, that there is something like that, like a frequency or something which exists. Now, where I come from is this story is definitely about that there is an extraterrestrial body or something which exists, but my story is more rooted to earth. It's rooted to nature. It's rooted to my love for mother earth, and that's where we are, we have been shifting from a considerate child to a a child which is irresponsible of Mother Earth.
That's
It's like
that's an interesting
it's
angle. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because we have uh, inherited so much from Mother Earth. Mother Earth has given us so much. But
Hmm.
are we really looking forward to help her, take care of her like a mother? We expect, like mothers expect their children to also take care of them.
Yeah.
But are we doing that? So I think from that angle, and I have grown up in a beautiful place uh, amidst nature, and nature has been very close to me. So then, over a period of time, I was seeing that how we have become irresponsible for nature. So this story is not like one day story, has been a culmination of so many events, which has finally led to this story. It's a trilogy actually, and the trilogy is all about that Earth is dying, and are we even ready to understand that it is dying? First,
Okay.
second, can we do something to save her? That's
Hmm.
really very important question. So it's yeah, it's a sci-fi fiction, but there is a lot of non-fiction element in it, which actually will raise brows and eyebrows and um, uh, yeah, I mean, bring our attention to pointers which are just not um, just not about saving earth or save water or all those kind of campaigns we have all over the years, but
Hmm.
it is also about something very core every human being has to understand is the unsatiable need or demand we have for desire we have for more, 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 without thinking whether we really need that or we can give back. Not only take, we give back to the society, to community, to Mother Earth. So I think that is where the angle
That's
is
a
coming.
very deep thought behind the book, because I am one of those people who has pre-booked your copies. So when I saw the cover and the book and details, I was hoping for a science fiction. But now knowing what the story is about, I'm more interested in it. Like it's not only sci-fi fiction; it's something with having a moral at the end. So that's a very good a story to start with.
Thank you.
As we started that, you have published so many books across different genres. I have read one of your children young adult book, The Adventures of Sami. I'm
Mm.
waiting for the extraterrestrial. Then I have your two horror books also lined up. So
Uh,
usually authors fear this genre jumping. As a writer, how does this work out for you? I mean, is it exciting? Yes, it is exciting to tell a story, but
okay.
how do you go through the process of navigating different genres?
This again connects to my childhood of studying in a ICSE school where we had the freedom of reading a lot.
Yeah.
And it was not only the syllabus was so interesting, but maybe the upbringing has been like that. My father was an avid reader. My sister is an avid reader. My mom used to love cultural these festivals and all that, and used to bring books and used to sing and book. And we are all Tagore fans,
Hmm.
being Bengali, and yeah. So I mean, I have read all. I think I have read authors who have not written on one genre at all from my childhood, and that made me think that if an author can observe so well that he or she can find out small situations they can find out so much, little uh, incidents, and they can actually turn into stories, and stories which can actually make you laugh, make you cry, make you feel odd. We bring so much of knowledge, and definitely yes, I mean life lessons as well. So why to restrict percent, writing process to a genre. So that is what my thought has been. And over a period of time, I have started writing. So my first poem I wrote at the age of 6, and I have been writing. I have been
That's
journaling.
amazing.
Yeah, I've been journaling. I have been diarying. I have lots of blogging I had done. Blogging in times of Orkut. I don't know nowadays. People even don't know what is Orkut.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
90s thing.
yeah, it's a 90s thing. And we used to do a lot of blogging there. So yeah, I mean, over a period of time, I have been writing. And what actually piques my interest is this particular part that if a story can be told in an interesting way, whether it's fiction or non-fiction, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the reader understands it and can take back some, message from that story. That is what I think the author's responsibility, moral responsibility should be. I never thought that I will become an author, but yes, now that I'm an author, I was like the first person already thought that, oh, I have so many stories. Let me not stop. Now, all the stories I'm writing are based on real events. It's not like they are just my figment of imagination. But yeah, I am a very good dreamer. So I have a very good imagination as well. So I can
That helps
be,
you a lot while writing, whether
yes,
it's fiction, non-fiction, and even the part that, just like you spoke about extraterrestrial, that there is a message that needs to be conveyed. But rather than lecturing somebody, giving it through an interesting story is more better. So, and it reflects in your writing, sir. I mean, yes, you are a popular author. You have 30 plus books lined up, completed, as well as more of them lined up. So it is a beautiful journey you have. But apart from your fiction stories, one of your self-help book, Don't Overthink, has resonated with readers who struggle with anxiety, mental clutter, and constant self-doubt. So uh, like, what are your one personal experience, or personal, a simple observation that has motivated you to write this book for others?
yeah. See, Don't Overthink is a very personal journey, to be honest. It's my journey, and the story, it's a non-fiction, definitely, but it is um, based on my journey of a overthinker, of a procrastinator to action taker.
We all can relate. Everyone here can relate.
So yeah, I have been a overthinker quite long. I mean, it was not like 1, 2 years. It has been many years. I've been an overthinker, and I always used to think like this kida of perfectionism. The
Hmm.
warm of perfectionism was there in me, and I was like, wow, I have to do this to this level so that everybody likes it, and then only I can go ahead and do it. So that is the foundation of overthinking. That's I feel is the foundation of overthinking. When we get into that perfectionist thing, it should be perfect. It should be like crystal
Yeah,
clear to everybody who looks at
yeah,
it. There should be no errors. Um I mean, I don't know where that thought came from. Yeah, definitely from my upbringing. My mom had that spit and clean thing and all that. My father was like, have to have structured thing. So yeah, there was a upbringing, bringing in that thought of perfectionism. But it's a bane. It's not a boon, definitely.
yeah.
So it took me time to understand that we need to shed it off because life is imperfect, and the more we understand that is going to help us get out of this feeling that we have to do things like perfectly, then only we should start it, or we should reach a certain level of certain point in our lives, and then only we should do it. So the book is divided into three definite parts. The trap, which is overthinking. And then there's the second part, which is talks about the path. What is the path? How to break that overthinking to the action taking mindset. And
Yeah.
then there is a last part which talks about the leap. How you actually use the path to get into the mindset that you can actually do it. and not again go back to the loop of overthinking. So it does that. So it's a, yeah, to answer your question, it's a personal experience. I've been an overthinker, and in the book I have written about my journey as well. So it is that journey which I have written, and it
But
is
this is not only, it's not a memoir or a motivation or an biography kind of thing. I mean, you have
yes,
mentioned technical roots. As you said, there is
yes,
ABCDEFG roadmap and there is sense
yeah,
framework. So there are
yeah,
technical structured tools which you have discussed. It's
yes,
not just to motivate somebody, it is showing overthinkers and procrastinators path on how to act. So,
correct.
what made you, write this book as a mix of both a personal journey
Yes,
as well as these techniques?
yeah, because see, for me to overcome it, that
Hmm.
procrastinator mindset or the overthinking mindset, I had to go through a lot of learning myself. I had to upgrade myself, understand. So a lot of studies which I have done. Even my while I was doing my doctorate, it was like actually about psychology. So it was there which certain things have opened up for me that human mind is actually lazy, and that's the truth.
Many,
We,
many of us feel personally attacked now because as a
yeah,
writer,
it,
we all are
it's a
procrastinators.
reality.
There is no second phase to the writers. All of us are procrastinators.
So, things like, when we, like, how somebody is becoming successful versus somebody not, the
Hmm.
reason is in this particular mindset about taking action. And it is a small action which we have taken. We have so many books nowadays on how to, train your mind. So
Hmm.
being a maybe yeah, that's where I think my learnings have taken account of been taken account of. So how we can rewire our brain from this don't overthink kind of a mindset to a action taker mindset. Now there are certain steps in there, but why I say it is ABCD of this particular thing is because unless we see, most of the times we are like in the X alphabet or the Y alphabet or Z alphabet. We are in there, so we have to go back. We have to step back and go to the ABCDs. Just like a child, we need to know
Yeah.
this, and when you know the ABCD, then you will always remember. When many a times it happens that we are not good at pronunciation, or we are not good at
Hmm.
uh, maybe reading a particular word. We don't understand it.
Yeah.
We have that. But if we know the basics, then
Hmm.
we can always improve ourselves, we can correct ourselves, right? So that is where
Yeah.
the point here is. So if you know the basics, you can actually overcome it, and everything in the world is possible. So my tagline is that, and everything is possible.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes stepping back and going
if
to the basics also helps. True.
So it is that. So yeah, I have used a lot of techniques there. These are popular techniques plus techniques which I have devised for myself. The sense technique is my own technique which I have gone through. Sense basically means that you basically stop, you embrace basically whatever you are going through, and
Yeah.
then you notice it,
Hmm.
notice the changes which are basically pushing you out, and then you streamline basically is your streamlining, your alignment. Streamline is again alignment, and then you express. So it's a 5 letter word: sense.
That's interesting. I
SENS.
hope our viewers are noting this down because that's a
Yeah.
very a meaningful acronym that you have made.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes. So sense, so it is like the first four are inner work.
yeah,
It's all inner work. And the last one is about, once you have done that much of inner work on yourself, then you are ready to do the communication with the outside world. So
yeah,
you are yourself so clear that you can you don't need to overthink anymore. So that is where the framework helps. So ABCD is the framework, sense is the method, and then there are some techniques on top of that, like breathing techniques are there, some scanning
Yeah.
techniques are there, and there are many other techniques which are part of the book, which are helping a lot of people to understand, first of all, themselves, why they are overthinking. First, you have to break that barrier, change your mindset, get into the mindset of action taker. And believe me, Swamini, once you get into this action taker mindset, now there is no turning back, because you know
Yeah.
that it is working. It is working, and the results are like, you know first of all, the result is me only, just
Yeah,
thinking
and
about
no,
quitting.
I'm a, what do you say, a witness to that because I've been through a couple of steps with you, and it really does help because today's, as you said, today's life is very stressful, and we are always, behind that, being on the top, being the perfectionist, and sometimes it kills our vibe. So yes, सिर्फ ये सुनना कि नहीं तुम कर सकते हो से better है that you follow some such kind of road maps and some techniques that are given in Dr. Siddharth's book, and they are really helpful. I myself am an testimony to that. So that's really fun part. Fun because you're enjoying. You can see the change in yourself and you're enjoying it. So that's
Yes,
that's
yes.
a good thing.
I think that has helped a lot,
Yeah,
because when you take these small steps, it's about baby steps again.
yeah,
Baby steps you take, and these baby steps actually culminate. You see yourself like 1 month back, and see, you take the baby steps, and then you see 1 month later, you'll see a huge difference. That is what these steps are going to do to you. I think that's how it helps. Yes, but
and
I feel
yeah,
everybody, yeah, this book is my personal journey plus the tools and everything, and I feel everybody should hold it, because somewhere everybody is a procrastinator, I feel,
yeah.
and it is like you said, rather than overthinking, you read a book, and that will help you.
Yeah,
So, so you
that's
need
so
that.
interesting. And I would like to remind our viewers that this is the book that you will be getting if if you
Yeah.
engage with the video and you have the best and funny, quirky comment. But sir, as a life coach, you have motivational books, you have scientific techniques backing up your studies and the things which you teach as a life coach. Apart from that, one of your a very well-known book is Petrichor. Petrichor is, and it
Sure.
is a very beautifully symbolic title. What does this word mean to you personally, and how does this connect with the emotional tone of the story? Because we have seen you write sci-fi and young adult, and then motivation and self-help, but emotions is very delicate. So how does this
Hmm.
book hold some symbolism for you?
Yeah, so Petrichor is again, that is also a series actually. The first volume of my life series. It's again
Yeah.
based on my experiences, and these are near-death experiences also.
Okay.
So yeah, and these are my near-death experiences which I've shared there. Petrichor, the meaning of the word is that the first drop of rain which
Yeah.
falls on earth, and the scent which you get,
The
that
scent which
scent
you get. Yeah.
is petrichor. It has a very deep emotional connection with me, because my father loved rain, and he was, whenever he used to go, but there was something like, in our house we used to say, he brings rains with him whenever he comes, or he takes rains wherever he goes. So he's like a
That's a
rainmaker,
beautiful
rain
thought.
god kind of a guy.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thought to associate with your father, That's
So
cute.
I was, yeah, and somehow that part was in me also, because whenever I travel, there are rains. So I inherited that. It's an amazing thing. The problem with me is I don't like, he used to carry umbrella. I never like carrying umbrella. So always get drenched. So But yeah, there is a very deep emotional connect there with the story, and it is also a story of my discovery of the world. I've traveled a
Okay.
lot, and it is actually my travel stories. It's how I discovered myself. So it is through my stories which I've traveled a lot of places. I've seen a lot of things. How I connected to nature, how I connected to
Yeah.
this rain part of it, and the earth part of it. So those are things which are actually part of the story. It's again a very emotional read, plus a very adventurous read. People actually so there there are some supernatural stories also part of it. So go ahead and read it. But yeah, it is a combination of a lot of stories which are real stories. I mean, they are not cooked up stories; they are real stories, and uh, yeah, there is an emotional connect. It's just volume one which has been released. The name of that book is Petrichor, but there are
Yeah.
more going to come in future for that. Yeah, but Petrichor,
That's interesting.
uh, Petrichor. One thing I want to just mention about Petrichor. The cover is very a kind of different kind of cover that book has. I don't have Petrichor in front of, but yeah, this book has. Uh, a cover which is basically taken from a real tribal, um, that mask they wear. And the
Hmm.
symbolism of that is that we all are wearing masks
Yeah. Yeah.
at
In a
some point
way,
of
in a
time.
sense, yes.
In a way, in a way, we all are carrying our smiles, or we may be very disturbed inside, but then we are
Hmm.
carrying some different kind of face. So we all are wearing masks. The symbolism is that how do we unmask that? The story, all these stories are about unmasking me, but it is also about helping somebody who is reading the book to unmask themselves. That is basically the self-discovery.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this is giving me, Inception vibes, story inside a story. That's very unique way to write. I mean, you're expressing your experiences, and you are letting others learn also from those stories. That's a very unique style of writing. Uh, but then your another book, The Manor, that is, it has a very
Mm.
distinct. As the name says, and as the cover is also there, I have your book. It's very airy and, suspense driven kind of atmosphere. So is this also from your experience? Like, what inspired this story? Is
Yeah.
it a place? Is it an idea, or what? How
Yeah.
does horror come into this?
Yeah. See, I like I told earlier that I have had supernatural experiences, paranormal
Hmm.
experiences. This is one of them. And the manor story came from a place we had visited in West Bengal, which is Gauri House, which is Guru Rabindranath Tagore's place, his old house. And it's a completely dilapidated place. Means it's like broken from everywhere. We had gone to some, I think it was Pine Festival or some festival we had gone to. And this place is just opposite to that place where we had gone. So my sister was busy looking at these variety of pines, and I was busy looking at, oh, okay, how this house is so old. It looks very different. Let's try to go it. And there is a curiosity I have for paranormal things. So
That's why
instead of
you attract those things.
instead of going towards the pine, I went towards the manor. So the story from comes from there, and
Okay.
I did had a different kind of experience. You can read the forward of the book, so the preface of the book. It talks about that experience. It's basically when I entered the place, it was
Hmm.
like completely dilapidated, and we were going inside. Uh, my sister was didn't know that I had gone here, and she was in the Pine Festival, and she was trying to find where did I go. And I was just opposite. I was very broken house, like proper like if it was not night, definitely. I mean that was a good thing. It was not at night, but at night it would have been looking very scary, just like those horror movies
Yeah.
shows. It would have looked like that. those the ivy leaves falling from different places, and then the bricks are broken, and there is a broken door, and you can actually get inside there. All that thing was there. So I was very intrigued. What is this place? And then it was written that it's the place where Guru Rabindranath Tagore stayed. So I got very, inclined, and I went inside, and I was roaming around the place, and suddenly a person came out of somewhere. And
Oh my God.
he looked, he was so skinny. I mean, he just looked like a skeleton. And he came out, and I was like taken back. Well, what is this? Who is this? And he did call me, sir, sir. And I was like walking back. Okay. I, I may have, you know,
This is the
wrongly
inspiration
entered.
for manner.
Wrongly entered a place. Exactly the point, right? You when you wrongly enter a place, what is going to happen to you? So never in your life you should get crashed.
That's interesting. I mean, you are you have such a unique way of seeing things and turning them into stories. That's very inspiring. Then I remember that a couple of weeks back, there was one of your books that was the most discussed in TLB circle, The Girl in the Well, and
Ah,
it is having more of a darker and intense tone. And I remember you saying that it is also inspired from true events. So,
mm,
what challenge did you face while writing, such a story which has psychological depth and there is some truth behind the story, but
mm,
still making it sound like a fictional story? So, what did you face while
mm.
writing The Girl in the Well?
Girl in the Well is based on a real event.
Yeah.
A reporter friend of mine who had gone through this. Uh, Broadly, it is, yeah, I can tell now because it has sold so many copies, and people should go ahead and buy it. So I'm not releasing the suspense, but it is about organ trafficking, and
Okay.
that exists in our country so much that um, we, be it even the tier one cities, they are actually impacted by this. And there's a big level of dark network which actually operates to identify people who can actually be trafficked just like that.
Hmm.
So it has impacted this friend of mine, and at the end, she couldn't succumb. So she was saved. She
Hmm.
went through it, and she was saved, and she was there at her home for a very long time. She was a reporter, but she couldn't
Hmm.
join back her work after that. And it was that particular year which she went through so much of psychological trauma
Hmm.
that finally she is did a suicide. And her
Okay.
parents couldn't take it. They were also, I mean, completely broken. When I came to know about it, I was completely broken. It took me a lot of time to even come to this thought of writing a book about it. Yeah, it took me courage to even I tried to connect with her parents, but they didn't want to bring her name in public, so I had to make it a fiction. But I wanted to bring a positive tone to it. So there is a learning in that book. At the end, there is a moral message there. But it was really tough for me to write it because the kind of events he had gone through, I couldn't write them down at all. So I had to fictionize it because there were many a times I was like, uh, you know, uh, tears down, and I was crying, thinking about
Hmm.
what all she has gone through. So the story definitely has a lot of dark psychological aspects which we I don't think it goes to any normal person, but a person who is going through something like this, they have, like in our country, there are so many different kind of levels of crimes which happen, and
Yeah.
a person who has been a victim of such kind of a crime, goes through a lot of psychological impact, and as a society, we should actually support them. This book was kind of my contribution to make it
Hmm.
like a support book, because people like them exist in our society. And if you come to know about a story like that, you should get a lot of I mean, you should create a lot of empathy for that person, definitely, but
Yeah.
you should create a lot of understanding inside you that you know how to handle people like this, because they are very weak at that in that particular phase. And if you
Hmm.
don't, you know, give that warmth and the kind of positive environment to them, they can go down the spiral, and things like this can happen, you know, then.
Yeah. So
So
it's
my
very, inspiring. I know it has been tough for you also to write such a story. But as a normal, a normal middle class person that we all are, every time becoming a hero is not possible. So, understanding these situations, understanding how to handle these situations, be alert of such things, as you said, not only this, there are many crimes going on around us, so how to be alert against them and be careful of others. That's a very good message that you can give through this story. That's very important, I would say.
yeah,
But then,
yeah,
like as we started, as we said at the start, you have covered a lot of genres, and how could I miss the Adventures of Sami? It is a completely different genre, and I guess this is one of your book for younger readers, kids and young adults. So, how does your writing change when your audience are kids and children? They have a completely different mindset. So how
yeah.
do you change your storytelling for kids?
That's a very interesting question, Swami, because you know, Adventure Sammy is my debut novel actually. So I started my writing journey from Adventure Sammy. Uh, and now this year I'm writing another children book. It will take time. Next year it will be released. But you know, writing children's story is the best part, I feel,
Hmm.
because I can be myself, and I'm a child inside. So there, that's where I'm myself. So I
Yeah,
can actually be completely free from any kind of judgments or any kind of thoughts. Ki, oh, Dr. Siddharth hai, to what right and all. So I could like shed off all that and become this child. Um, Writing that as a debut novel was the reason also that you know I had been at the top of my career when I quit my company, and I was already very um, at a senior position. So there was a lot of expectations which have got you know attached to me that
yeah,
he is going to do something. Like my first book, people typically when they start writing, they write a non-fiction because they know that their career has been there and they want to write about their
yeah.
learnings from that.
Experiences.
I yeah, experiences from there. So I was thinking that should I write a non-fiction? But then you know, then I was like enlightened with this idea that if I again write a non-fiction, I will
Hmm.
just you know feel like I'm caged in this particular uh, mindset, how people think about me. You
Yeah,
know, that particular cage of what people think about me, and I'm writing about it. Yes, it would have gone like definitely it would have been a success, but yeah, but that was not me. I was trying to become the child who was like free and
hmm.
free of anything. So that is exactly why I started writing Adventures Sammy. Uh, And the storyline is also about him, you know, a
Yeah,
14-year-old boy who is trying to find the purpose of his life. And that is
yeah.
exactly what I was doing. I was recalibrating myself during that year, and this story came out. The best part about Adventure Sammy is that while writing Adventure Sammy, I was a 14-year-old boy.
That's a unique process, to step into the shoes of your main character and go through it. And this question I would like to ask on behalf of my son. He's currently reading the book, so he keeps
Mm.
asking in between that, is Sammy real, or have Siddharth sir met Sammy, or and he asks these kinds of questions. So. But to the young readers, like Kaivalya and kids who read the book, what is one message that you would like them to learn, a value lesson that you want them to learn from this story?
Yeah, to answer your first question, yes, that Sammy is me.
I will tell him. I'll
Sammy,
tell Kaivalya that.
so that Sammy is me. And in real life, I'm that Sammy actually. So yeah, this is like a big spoiler for everybody. I know. Yeah, so to answer your question, yes. So yeah, there is a lot of lesson around Sami. You will see a lot of life lessons coming there. One life lesson which has stuck with me is be open. Because be open and be innocent. I mean, innocent to that new thing which is going on. Because we, carry a lot of baggage of our learnings
Hmm.
uh, and assumptions. So learning is good, but assumptions are bad.
Yeah.
And the more we leave the assumptions, the lighter we will become. So, this particular part of Sammy's character, that he is ready to venture into the jungle, he is ready to
Yeah.
meet a magical creature, he is ready to, love even so there's a tiger love in the story.
Hmm.
So 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 those are things which are abnormal to somebody who is an adult, but very normal to a kid. Very
True.
normal to a kid because kids don't have fears, and
Hmm.
we actually enforce fears in their mind. I feel it that way because
Yeah.
they should not do this, they should not do that, they should be in this kind of thing. See, we create a kind of wall around them
Hmm.
to feel that we are protecting them. But what we
Yeah.
also do in the process is we stop them from their imagination. So I feel that part they have to break always.
Hmm.
And unless they do that, they will be caged in this thought of what their parents think or what their family thinks or what their teachers think or what they have studied and all that. The the biggest example is Einstein. He's
Yeah.
beautiful quote he has that it is better than your thought actually. So this quote is beautiful. I just read it also. Uh, if you can't explain it in simply, you don't understand it well enough.
Hmm.
This simple part comes from the thought that how much you can imagine, how much you can explore and figure out the simplicity in something
Hmm.
rather than plagiarized by the thoughts and the assumptions which have been imposed on you. And if you break that wall, it is going to make life easier for you rather than
Hmm.
somebody's thought being over imposed on you. You think out loud, think out of the box, and you can actually figure out something which maybe resonates with you as a person. Now, as adults, we forget it, but kids have that liberty to
Yeah.
actually explore. So, my life lesson there is that kids should never lose their innocence and the ability to explore because that will create the power of imagination inside them, and that should stay all their life. They should never
I
lose it.
think this is a lesson that we all should, learn and incorporate, because, as you said, as an adults, we completely forget that the thing "log kya kahenge" ruins a lot of dreams. So I guess we all need to embrace that part. That's a very beautiful message, and I hope while Kaival is reading that, he understands that, and all the kids enjoy this
Absolutely.
story. Sir, as you said that some of the characters are based on your experiences, and like you are the Sami, and you have written many books keeping yourself in mind. So, among all of these stories, which of the main character has stayed with you the longest, even after the book has been written and you're working on various projects? Which is your
Mm,
most favorite main character of your
deep
stories?
question. Yeah, like I said, Sammy is my favorite character. Being a debut novel, also maybe that is one of the reasons. While I am the Sammy also, Sammy is one of the main characters which always stays with me. The other character which has stayed with me is a character Ria, Major Ria of my best friend.
Hmm.
Major Ria is, I mean, the book is about army person and how she fights in a patriarchal world.
Hmm.
Um, uh, but that story has stayed with me for different reasons. One reason is that, you know, when we look at the society today, there is a lot of uh, thoughts which we push on women,
Hmm.
and we try to keep them in a particular kind of a frame that
Yeah.
women will do this, that women can do till this. So
Hmm.
that kind of. But when we look at the people, the women who have done very well in our society, and if you look at Indian culture, because our culture is quite a, very old culture we have.
Yeah.
Before British or before Mughals came, women were very free in our country. You look
Yeah.
at the Indus Valley civilization or the previous part of the, cultural evolution which we were going through,
Hmm.
uh, whether it is north or south, everywhere women had been given a lot of freedom. But
Yeah.
the moment Mughals came and British came, a lot of things changed. And
Yeah.
that has stayed with us, most probably because they have ruled us for so many years that we forgot our own civilization. So
Yeah.
this particular part of giving that freedom to women, and and it is also a mindset, it is a societal, I think, kind of a paradox we live in, that
Hmm.
if men are doing good, they will actually help the family, and the family will grow well.
Hmm.
Actually, it is women who do that. If women are doing well, then they can actually, bring up better children,
Yeah.
and those children will actually make a better society. So it is that thought which we need to embody rather than this thought that male should dominate. Knowing that we are in a patriarchal
Hmm.
society, this particular thought prevails even today, that women should be kept for certain tasks. In a larger part of even
Hmm.
our country, it's actually there that
Yeah. It is
women
still
should be
there.
there
Yeah.
for certain parts, certain tasks they should do, and men should do certain tasks. But actually, it is not like that. So that story character, Major Ria, is basically the changing that kind of a mindset. It's that person who can love, who
Hmm.
can fight, who can stand for herself, and who can prove any day that given a responsibility, whatever it is, whether it's holding a AK-47 and killing people,
Yeah.
or or holding a karchi and cooking in the kitchen, they can take care of everything. But
That's an
that,
inspiring thought, and it's good to see. Today, a lot has changed. I mean, I have seen a couple of things change in the last a decade or so, and we are seeing more men with this thought process. That you have, and that you have told that things are changing slowly. Yes, the patriarchy is still there, but it's good to know that. Somehow women are getting their values today, and that's the core of your book, the best friend. So this is actually a series, right? If I'm correct.
yeah, that is they are four-part series. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So was it difficult to maintain consistency and this emotional growth, again the character growth in this
Yeah.
equation? How was the writing for the four-part series?
Yeah, it was difficult for me. Writing series is always difficult. You know yourself, you are
Yeah.
writing a series.
Connecting the dots is the
It
most difficult part.
connecting the dots exactly. So we forget. But when I was writing this, it was like,
We forget
yeah,
our
it was
readers never forget. That's
yeah,
the biggest challenge.
8 months it took me to write it, and um, the first two parts I had written quite quickly, but the
Hmm.
third and fourth part took me a lot of time because I was connecting dots. In between, I had written some other stories actually, and they were also getting released. So in between, I had forgotten what the second part was about. So I had to again go back to this, my cozy place where I had to
Yeah,
again read everything, connect the dots, and the messaging, basically the messaging part,
yeah,
because I had when I started, I had the full outline of the complete plot, what is going to
hmm,
happen from the beginning to the end. That was very clear. But over a period of time, you know what happens when you write series, you add characters.
yeah.
And these characters sometimes, eat your own ideas. So, so it becomes difficult. So yes, I had that challenge, but I loved writing it, and I had to stay very focused while writing it. So yeah, for everybody who writes a series, in author friends, whoever are budding authors or trying to write a series, always try to make sure that you have written an outline of the whole plot,
Yeah.
because that will keep you grounded and connected back to what you want to finally deliver. Otherwise, your first part will look like something and the last part will look like
No,
completely
that's
different.
that's that's very true. I mean, I'm saying that from experience as well. I have a 15-year-old notebook that still has the basic outline of my story. So it's very important
Yeah.
while writing a series. So, sir, throughout this conversation, we have discussed so many of your different books, and you have others as well. You have 30 plus publications under pen name in anthologies, and you
Mm.
have this creative energy. And today we got to see your thought process behind these stories and how you connect a real life with a life lesson and then into an interesting story. That's a very beautiful process. So you have a wide, I would say, a wide circle of readers. I mean, some readers are very particular about genres, and some would like to read every book written by Dr. Siddharth Sen. So, how has been your experience when you connect with your readers? How is the reader interaction as an author for you?
Uh, yeah, I mean, that is where I love writing, because these readers also give you a lot of ideas. Some of the
Yeah.
readers, when they read my horror book, they were like saying, "Sir, why don't you write horror book only?" So, inspired by them, I wrote another horror book. Now there are little, there are some more horror books coming. But that is to satisfy the horror fans. But
Yeah.
there are people who say that we can't read horror. The moment we open that fourth page, we are like, we have to hide in a pillow and not go ahead. So there are people like that also. So I feel like pity for them, and I feel no, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. We have to give book for them also. So yes, so that's the reason, different genre have to be written. The readers, there are some readers, like you said, yes, there are some readers who read all of
Yeah.
whatever different kind of genre I'm writing. Maybe because they like my writing style, and I'm very grateful for that. Uh, uh, I am just trying to be somebody who is, converting my experiences or observations into stories. And if they
Yeah.
connect with that, whether it's a horror genre or even I have written some romance also, so but not that. So I was part of this, I think AOTW only, where there was somebody writing a dark romance, and I couldn't
Yeah.
relate to that at all. No, I cannot write it. But I was enjoying reading it, so I was like, okay, the reader in me can enjoy it. The
Yeah.
writer in me feels very difficult to write certain genre. But I'm open to writing all the kind of stories, but there are some which have come from requests, like
Hmm.
readers request that you are writing this, why don't you write more like this? Some
Yeah.
have come from my own urge to write in different
Hmm.
formats, different genres, and some have come from my moral messaging thought process that, like
Yeah.
the non-fiction specifically have come from there, that, I should write about it, because there's so much that I'm learning every day, and these learnings have to be reflected somewhere in my writing. So that is how it is. But reader interactions are amazing whenever I go into fairs, or
Yeah.
even like online connects I have. It's amazing to know, what they are thinking about the book they have read, and they give me a completely different perspective of what even I have written.
Yeah.
So I feel
That's
like,
the
wow.
beauty of connecting
Yeah,
with your readers. I mean, your journey
yeah,
is so inspiring, and it's not about writing just a story. It is about expressing yourself. It is about if somebody learns something, that's a very beautiful thought process and journey you have. And yes, readers are very important. I mean. Trust me, my readers have given me suggestions on how to kill a character. So,
yeah,
ways
I
to
know.
kill a character. So, yeah, readers are a beautiful part of being an author. It's not just
Yeah,
a story. It's
yes,
the fun is in the interaction as well.
yes,
So
yes.
it was really nice to see your journey, sir. Before we end, just we can have a little bit fun. Are you
Mm,
open for a rapid question round? Just quickly.
absolutely.
You don't have time to think.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you prefer, morning writing or late night writing?
Morning.
Fiction or non-fiction, which comes easier?
Um, yeah, I can say both, but yeah, fiction comes much easier. Yeah,
Okay, one word that defines your journey so far.
exhilarating.
For a first-time reader of your work, which of your book would you recommend to them? Anyone?
If they are a kid, Adventure Sami definitely. But if they are an adult, then I would love them to start with My Best Friend only. Yeah, that is a
Okay.
good one.
One emotion that appears in almost all your books, irrespective of the genre.
Mm, love.
That's interesting. Even in the
Even
manner. Now I want
even
to
in
read
a manner.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even in manner.
manner. Okay, one thing you always do if you're stuck while writing.
Mm, I close myself in a room.
Oh, okay. uh, Romance or mystery, which is the most interesting for you to write?
Mystery, always. Big
Okay.
die-hard fan of Arthur Conan Doyle, and yeah, Agatha Christie, and many mystery authors. Yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. If Adventures of Sammy were to be a movie, would you like it to be animated or live action?
can be both, but I would love animation. Yeah,
Uh, According to you, which standalone book of yours deserves a sequel?
standalone deserves a sequel. Mm, well, Girl in the Well can be. It can be a sequel. Adventure of Sammy actually had a sequel, but yeah, it is in writing process. Yeah.
Okay, now you told me now we want a sequel.
No, I think if you read the book, epilogue actually talks about a sequel. So I had started writing the sequel, but yeah, it
No, we have
has.
not reached there, sir. Don't spoil it for me. We are still halfway
Okay.
through. Me and Kaivalya, we are halfway through it.
Okay, spoiler alert.
Yeah. So this was fun, sir. This interaction has been a very enlightening as well. Thank you very much for joining us today, and your journey has been inspiring. It was a wonderful experience exploring, your books, your thought process, and every story that you have written. So thank you very much for joining us today, sir.
Thank you so much, Swamini. And I would just share this that, uh, uh, somewhere I was manifesting that, I have to have this interview with TLB, and who is going to take my interview. And I was thinking about most probably maybe Swamini will take, or Ruchi will take. And I was like manifesting around that okay, let's see who comes. And I'm so happy that this interview will be taken by you. And I'm definitely in love with TLB as a community. I love the BA2Ws, AA2Ws. So
Yeah.
it's amazing to be part of this interview. It has been a pleasure talking to you. and hopefully the readers who are or the audience who is going to listen to us is going to enjoy this.
Yeah, it's an honor taking your interview, sir. It has been fun, and it's my pleasure as well. So, a reminder for everyone who's watching: the best comment on the video will get a signed copy of "Don't Overthink" by Dr. Siddharth Sen. So, share your thoughts, ask your question, and stay connected with TLB. See you next time, guys. Bye.